I do not encourage nor condone any of the actions performed or products shown in this video. All of the videos are produced in a safe and controlled environment. Do not attempt to replicate any of the actions performed during this video.
Hello there my friends, how are you doing? Welcome back to another video. It is currently almost 6 p.m. 5:56 and my workday is over, and so I was thinking of getting some coffee and going to my favorite place, which I have been missing because I haven't gone there in some time, and just sit down, have a couple of sips, have a smoke, just relax for a little bit, you know, enjoy what there is to enjoy in the rest of the day. I feel like at this time I'm usually quite busy thinking about dinner, what I'm gonna make, if I need any ingredients, and just getting started, you know, that I usually don't actually appreciate one of my favorite times of the day, which is the end of it with the golden hour and all of that. So I'm going to go on a quick trip to the grocery store and get myself some coffee, and then we'll head to my favorite spot. But first I would like to show you how my plants are looking because they are quite beautiful today. Today I'm going to be taking my denim jacket, which is the one that I use the most, to be honest, especially now when it's not cold but it could be a little bit breezy, you know, at the end of the day. So alright, let's go. So this is actually quite funny. This is very common here in Portugal. People who want to buy cars for parts or to like sell them, I don't even know what they do with them, but they will leave little pamphlets in your car, and this is quite annoying for most people. But I, having this happen to me for so many years in a row, started building a little collection, which you can see here. And now every time I get one of these, I actually get happy because I feel like they have a purpose, which is to go into my collection. Now you may ask, what are you going to do with all of that? I don't know. I could make a collage. Well, I don't know, it doesn't matter what they are for, it just matters that now my brain thinks this is a good thing because I'm adding it to a collection and not just, somebody put something in my car and now I have to put it in the trash. Anyway, let's go get some coffee. Hello y'all, some new advancements. So I am at the gas station because I was trying to get to the grocery store, but something is happening even bigger than rush hour. There is a whole street that is just completely clogged with cars and I just couldn't get there, so I had to come to the gas station instead to get my caramel macchiato, which I think I overpaid for. I think at the grocery store this is like €2 and I paid €2.50. Anyway, now I have to find another way for my favorite spot because the streets are absolutely insane, but I'll get there. Alright, I'll see you soon and wish me luck. Rush hour is no joke, man. Alrighty, I have just arrived. I just have to take a mat from my car so I can sit down over there. I'll show you the whole place. It's very beautiful, but as I was looking for my mat, I found this. There was another paper of these on the back windshield. I have to go add it to my collection. Also, I have to count how many of them I have. Wait, hold on. Okay, so of the big ones, I have 3. Haven't been very lucky with the spawn rate on these ones. So 4, 5, 16, 17, 18. I have 21 of these papers. Man, one of these days I can start my own business, you know, refurbished. Anyway, let's go sit down. Alrighty my friends, welcome. This is it. This is my favorite place. I love it because it has a great mixture of nature and sounds of humans. So cars, people walking around, talking, chatting with each other. I love it, and it also looks very beautiful at this time of the day. So I'm going to finally take my coffee out, and I actually ended up realizing what was happening. There was some sort of road blockage, so everybody was trying to go home on the same road, and so that is why it was so clogged. Cheers. Now you may ask, well Connie, why didn't you go to a cafe and get a coffee from there? Well, the truth is, here in my local area at least, we don't really have the culture of having coffee to go. If you go to a cafe, it is expected that you kind of sit down at least while you have your espresso or your latte or something like that, you know. So if I were to go to any of my local cafes and ask them for a coffee to go, they would probably like scramble around trying to find some like dusty cups to go, because people don't usually ask for that here, you know. So if I want something like this, I have to go to either the grocery store or the gas station. And that is exactly what I did. I also brought some smokes, which I will be having one of now. It is also quite breezy, so I'm very, very happy that I brought this jacket because I was thinking of not bringing it. And I also saw something while I was coming here that made me feel just sad. And I kind of want to talk about it because I wonder what you guys' point of view on this is. It's quite simple, it's nothing major. But while I was coming here, so imagine this, there is an intersection, all right? And so we have two cars, an old lady and another old lady. And then on another lane, there is another car that is trying to cross to come to this lane, whatever, I don't really know how to explain this. And one of the ladies, the lady that was in front, decided to let the other person pass, you know, so she decided to wait a little bit and let the other person come into the lane. And the lady behind her was just furious. She was honking and she looked so mad, and she was like looking at her like this. To which I was just like, what is the purpose of all of this anger, you know? Do they not realize that it's not the 2 seconds or 3 seconds that they are saving here that is going to make a big difference? But what could make a big difference is to, you know, be kind and patient with others, because that is going to translate into other aspects of your life as well. So if you are impatient and angry, you are not just like that on the road, as much as you may think you are, you know. These are patterns that you are taking alongside you throughout your days, you know. And so I don't know, I guess I just expected adults. This is a whole conversation too. I guess that when I was younger, I looked at adults and I used to think that they knew what they were doing and they had things figured out. But now I look at adults and they all look so impatient and angry and annoyed. You know, that I thought that by this age, this kind of thing would have been figured out. I know it's not easy to be patient on the road. Let me tell you, I've had my fair share of tiny road rage, because some people just are very bad drivers and dangerous, you know, but this was just not the case. The lady in front was just trying to be nice to the other person, and then there was this other lady being very angry about it. So, I don't know, that just left a little bit of a bitter taste in my tongue, I guess. I think I've also been thinking a lot about my conduct in day-to-day life, because I've been reading Alan Watts. Currently I'm reading the book on the taboo against knowing who you are. It's a very, very great book and I'm almost at the end of it. But it's all about being present and the only thing that exists being the now, which is also quite similar to The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, which I read last year. But it's different, it feels different. But both of these books bring some really, really great perspective on, you know, how to enjoy the present moment, which is actually the only thing that there is to enjoy, and how to stop postponing happiness to a supposed hypothetical future in which the things you desire will come or not, you know. The postponing of happiness is really something that I think is very embedded into our ways of thinking and into our daily lives as well. When I get here, I will be happy. When I achieve this, I will feel content. When I am of this status, I will feel proud. But you know, if you are the type of person, which I also was and still am a little bit, but working on it, that is constantly looking for something else than what you have right now, when you get that something else, there is going to be another something else that you will want, you know. So it's a never-ending trap, as Alan Watts calls it, a hoax, and it is. But I feel like it's also very, very embedded. I don't know if that's the word that I'm trying to find, but the concept of hustling and, you know, not settling. But I would really love to be able to settle with myself, you know, try different endeavors, grow my skills, and, you know, keep working, keep learning, but never for the pursuit of one day being something, rather so that I can be content with today, with the things that I did today, with the things that I'm doing now, you know, not to be somebody because I already am somebody, but to enjoy being who I already am and who I am shifting into being, you know. I've also been back to my Camus reading phase. Man, I love Albert Camus. I think he is my favorite author. I recently read The Fall, which was marvelous. I gave it 5 stars out of 5. It's probably my second favorite book, only next to Letters to a Young Poet by Rilke. It is just so well written in the sense that you can see this man going from a state of grandiosity within himself, believing truly that he is one of the best men alive, the kindest, the most pure-hearted, the most hardworking, the most loved, all the way to his fall, when he realizes that this vision that he had of himself was mostly a facade created by him, you know, because these beliefs were never challenged. He never thought about the possibility that he wasn't the best, the greatest. He always lived believing this, and so he never challenged these thoughts. And so he reached a point in his life where everything just crumbled because he realized that this had been nothing more than a facade, you know. And the way that he describes getting to this realization was when he was walking around the river and he heard a woman fall into the water. And so he realized that she had thrown herself into the river. And he said, you know, I should have gone and helped her, but it was too far, or it was, you know, too far gone or something like that. And so I didn't go, making all of these excuses, and then almost leading to his realization that maybe at the end of the day he does not have the purest intentions. He is not all good because he didn't go to save this woman. I'm probably not explaining this very well, but the book is very, very, very well written. It's a very short story too. It's less than 100 pages, I believe. I don't know, I guess I'm just always very mesmerized by the way that he describes things and the absurdism of life and just how everything is so purposeless. I don't know. I really, really love Camus. I'm actually going to have another smoke. I haven't allowed myself to have 2 smokes in a row in a couple of weeks now. So today it is. The weather is actually quite nice outside, so I'm going to take off my jacket. I really, really love this time of the day. I'm a very methodical person, and so usually at this time of the day I'm more preoccupied with tasks that I know that I have to accomplish after my work day, you know. So as I said in the beginning, making sure dinner is set, the kitchen is clean, and I can start cooking, because then my dad will come home from work and I want to have everything prepared so he doesn't have to do anything, you know, after a day at work. That I kind of forget to enjoy this part too, you know, this beautiful light. And the trees, everything is just so beautiful. I'm going to turn you a little bit to this side so you can see a little bit more of the spot as well. But I truly have to start changing this about myself. Just being so task-driven that I'm almost constantly thinking about the next thing that I have to do while I'm still doing this current thing, you know? Which basically just leads me to never live at all. Because if I'm constantly in the next thing, I'm never in the only moment that actually exists, you know. I'm stuck in a place that doesn't exist, you know. So I don't know. I guess that reading a lot of Camus and just, I guess, philosophy books in general has prompted me to really think about my conduct and the way that I'm living my life, because there are a lot of things that I didn't realize I was doing before thinking about them, of course, which is normal, you know. You're busy with normal life, and if there is no time for reflection or no wish for reflection, then reflection doesn't occur out of the blue unless you have some sort of haha moment, you know. But I only very recently I realized that I was like this. And I'm only, or already, depends on who you're asking, 25. And so I still have time to correct this, hopefully, if I have more years to live, which You know, you never know, but I'm hoping I do. Maybe in 5 years, 10 years, I'll be a person that can be way more present in the moment. Maybe even a year from now. I'm not sure how long these processes take, you know. I would like to believe it's a short time so I can start enjoying life to the fullest. But I also know that there is great feeling of reward in working towards something that takes time to get, you know. There are plenty of people walking around at this hour, which is quite beautiful to see. I'm really glad that there are loads of people enjoying this time of the day. There are people walking their dogs, running, or just walking with some friends, maybe home, maybe somewhere else. I don't know, I just feel very, very peaceful looking at everybody. I really enjoy hearing the sings of the birds and the sounds of the leaves rustling and the motors of the cars too, which is the cool duality of this place. There's a little bit of everything, you know. So that is it, my friends. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this breeze of the end of the day. And I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye! Hello there, my friend. If you're still watching, I just wanted to leave you with a note to just enjoy, you know? Enjoy what there is to be enjoyed. It doesn't have to be grand. You don't have to go anywhere new to see something you've never seen before so that you can enjoy it. Whatever already exists around you, take a look at it, you know? Take it in. It's going to be new today because things are ever changing, and as much as you may think you've seen something before, it's going to be different the next time you observe it. And so, I don't know, just take some time. I've been trying to do that a lot more now myself too. And so, yeah, we're on this journey together, and don't be afraid of wasting time. Wasting time is the only thing we are here to do. Of course, you'd maybe like to be wasting your time here on Earth doing something that you consider to be more productive. But what is there that is more productive than to be able to enjoy what there is already for 5 minutes, you know? Anyway, I'm going to go home, and yeah, enjoy yourself. See you soon.
Pode entrar, né?
Pode. É só tu comprar um massa. Queres um morango?
Quero. Coitado daqui.
Então, mas ajeita-te lá.
Agora não dá para ajeitar.
Como?
Hã?
Não.
Hã?
Tá assim.
Ajeita assim, encosta as costas direitas, quando nem sequer metes as mãos em cima da coisa. Não metes o cotovelo. Nem, não.
Tu nunca faria assim. Obrigado, monsieur.
De nada. Eu que abri já uma lata de tempo, mas tu nunca usavas também.
Mas fui eu que decidi comprar. Eu não costumo gostar de feijão frado. Deve-me ter dado uma coisa qualquer.
Pois.
Diz adeus.
Adeus.
Alrighty, my friends, that is going to be it. It seems that I have a difficulty with knowing when to stop. I always want to show a little bit more, say a little bit more, but I hope you enjoyed some clips of the things that I love, and I'll see you all very soon, alright? Now for real. Bye.